Okay, welcome back to another Rambling On review. I'm free to be who I be, and this is my roundup of the year in metal albums. And very appropriate for this album, it is raining and water getting all over the screen, windy. My number 4 album of the year is Mareridt. I think that's how you pronounce it, by Myrkur. Amalie Brunn, her second full-length album. In 2014, I think it was 2014, she released, oh fuck's sake, bloody hell. In 2014, she released a self-titled EP, and in 2015, she released her first full-length titled M. And I think she got a lot of negative feedback from a lot of the black metal community, because that's what she was incorporating into a lot of the music. I guess because she's female, and it is wrong to be female and use black metal in your music. Maybe there's more to it than that, but that's what I saw it as. She received a lot of death threats for making music. How dare you express yourself? You will die. You will die for not expressing yourself the way I feel you should self-express. Idiotic. Yeah, so this is the follow-up to 2015's M album. I've heard that album, it's not bad, it didn't blow me away, I must admit. But I gave this one a chance, and I enjoyed this album so much that it's made it to my top 5. So, Mareridt, meaning nightmare in Danish, or Scandinavian maybe. Don't know if that's the same thing. So yes, this was inspired by, she went through an intense period of having nightmares, sleep paralysis, continually being awoken by horrific dreams, and she started making notes of the dreams, and from what I understand, a lot of them went on to become the inspiration for the lyrics in this album. So, let's get into some of the songs. The opening track and title track, it starts off very, very folky, very Norwegian. A lot of folk from the area. There's a strong folk influence on this album. There's a lot of. This is a very folk-driven song that displays Amalie's vocal talents. I mean, she can really sing. This girl can really, really sing. She's classically trained, multi-instrumentalist, and it shows all over this album. I believe she played a lot of the instruments on this album. Yeah, opening track, real showcase for her vocal talents. We go into the second song, which is Main Blot. I apologise right now as well for any mispronunciations of these titles. Danish is not my language, but Main Blot meaning moonbreak in English. This is a full-on black metal riff, shrieking. Her voice on this is like a banshee. It's first time I heard this track, actually creeped me out a little. Really, really strong track. Bloody hell, wind. Okay. An eerie enough location for the rest of this track. Yeah, Main Blot, Moonbreak. Yeah, full of black metal riffing, double bass drumming, and Amalie really displaying her metal credentials with shrieks that pretty much sent a shiver up my spine the first time I heard this. It's really creeped me out, this this song. Very creepy. And there are people coming now. Bloody hell. Just want to be left alone. Which way do I go? Into the forest. Into the forest, I feel. Yeah, so very strong second song. Many people have pointed this out to be the highlight song of the album. certainly a great song. Next up we have The Serpent. This is a slower, more plodding type of a riff with a more traditional song structure. Kind of reminds me of more sort of 80s style goth music of the time. After that we have Crown. This to me sounds kind of like Lana Del Rey mixed with Nick Cave. Really dark, beautiful song. Next up is Electronica, one of the songs on the album that really highlights the strong crossover of folk music and black metal. Next song, Detray Piker. This is actually a traditional Nordic folk song, her reworking of it. Very well done. Excuse my heavy breathing. I'm actually getting over a cold at the moment. Finding this a little tough going. What a pussy. Funeral is next, and Chelsea Wolfe lends her vocal charm to this song. The two work so well together. It's a no-brainer then to doing a duet together. Works really well. Dark, a lot more of a electronic dark vibe on this. A lot more of an ambient electronic keyboard sort of sound on this. Kind of more reminiscent of Chelsea Wolfe's discography more than anything. Not saying that she's catered to it. I'm sure that Amalie wrote this song and just thought, okay, yeah, Chelsea could easily contribute to this song. Works really well. Love to see more of them working together in the future. Now, one of the singles from the album, Ulvinda, from what I've been able to dig up, I believe this means Wolfe in Norwegian. Great song, one of the lead singles, really well done, very catchy, and has some genuine dark, heavy moments within. Standout track. Gladiatrix next, some more acoustic elements in this song. Next up, Cateren. I'm not sure if that's, oh god, stop apologising. I don't speak Norway. Sort of aboriginal sound to this. Not sure if it's a didgeridoo or not, but it's something that sounds very much like it. A lot more traditional folk instrumentation in this song, which leads us into the final track, although there is a bonus track on the deluxe edition, Death of Days. But for the final track of the album proper is a Bornhum, which translates as orphanage. This is a really dark track. This is pretty much a spoken word piece. It's a child's voice, demonic. It's demonic child's voice. Unsure of whether it's supposed to represent Amalie herself or not, but some very telling lyrics. Let me just read a few. I wanted to make sure they all died so I could be alone and nobody would hurt me. They will never forget what you did to me. Yeah, now it's a little unsure as to whether this is inspired from one of the nightmares or whether this is from personal experience. One hopes that it's from the nightmares, because the implications otherwise are very dark indeed, and not uncommon, I'm afraid. But yeah, this is a very dark song to take out the album. Yeah, now this is a great album, and I'm sure it will divide opinion with a lot of people. I think it's important when looking at this stuff to, let me try and shield the mic. I think it's very important when judging music like this that you try not to judge it too harshly on certain elements. I think if you go into this looking at it as a black metal album, you're probably gonna slag it off, probably gonna slate it. But if you actually look at it as more traditional folk music infused with other elements like black metal, this is a really, really strong album. Really enjoyed this. Wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as I have done, which is why it's my number 4 pick for the year. Come back tomorrow or whenever you watch this and check out number 3 album for the year. yeah. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Leave a comment. What would you want to hear? Do you want me to do any reviews of the other albums of the year? What was your top albums of the year? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel. 2018 is going to be a big year. I'm going to hit the ground running. Going to be a lot coming up in the future. So like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.